I'm glad everybody is with us. If it's your first time, my name is Albert Spiegel. I'm class of 95, an assistant principal for instructional technology. And it is my pleasure to welcome you to episode 4 of Tech Tuesday. Tonight we're going to talk about devices. I do want to throw up on the screen, which I'm sure he won't like. My partner in crime is Javensky Burles. He is the Technology Support Center Manager. And he is I can't get on my device, I can't print, I have a question about my account. He manages the help desk, and there's I have a bunch of my team scattered through the room with me. And they are the ones that really are the bread and butter of what makes this program work. They're answering your questions, they're preparing devices. They're the ones that are really getting stuff done. So I really I want you to see that the name to a face, and they are they're instrumental in getting getting our program to where it is. So what I want to do tonight is I'm going to put myself there. Couple things. I just want to talk about devices tonight. Joining me, he's on the floor. You can't see Duke. He's behind me on the floor. One of these days you have to get him a camera. But tonight what I want to do is I just want to talk about a couple reminders, but just talk about Apple IDs tonight. Since you've gotten devices or you're in the process of picking up devices, and then give the opportunity to answer your questions. We are recording this live. I've been playing around with everything, and I think this will be hopefully a good recording. So, and as always, we'll take your questions, and let's get started. So, just a few reminders that the help desk is open 8 to 1 Monday through Thursday. Tomorrow we will have extended hours for pickup, for your device pickup, which I'll go back to there. So the next 2 weeks, this is our time frame for device pickups. We'll publish a schedule as we get closer. Like the end of next week, we'll let you know for the week of the 16th. But for the next 2 weeks, these are the pickup times. Tomorrow will be our late night, so we'll be there 3 to 9 in addition to our normal hours. If you're coming between 3 and 9, you'll buzz into the front semicircle entrance, and someone will let you in, and then they'll guide you down to the tech support center. The only thing that I ask, and please make sure you check tabs, make sure you've paid for your devices. We can't give you your devices unless they've been paid for. So just make sure that is taken care of. You can pick up your devices, and also if you have not taken your ID card picture, we're going to force you to take it when you come to pick up your devices. If not, please send us that picture as soon as possible. We want to get those cards ready for you. Our previous Tech Tuesdays, there's the playlist and the slide decks. My slide deck tonight, it's going to be much more of live stuff as opposed to slides. Do a little bit of both, but be mostly live. I want to show you how to create your Apple IDs. So, and we'll be recording this, which you are recording it, so no issues. Okay. Told you about device pickup. I just want to draw your attention. Some of you asked when you got your MacBooks, you should have gotten a list of credentials, and you need, in order to get onto your MacBook, it prompts you for a username and a password. That username and the password is the same as what you'll see on PowerSchool. That's called network or printing ID and password, which you'll see on your screen now. I don't have one on my sample credentials, but the one in the red box, that's the same credentials you use to get on your computer. I know a couple of people had asked that, so that's how you get on your computer. And the login screen would look like this. That prompts you for that name and password. Your username is generally your first initial, full last name, and 25 at the end if you are an incoming freshman. And then your password is a series of 8 random numbers. Okay? All right. So the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about creating a BC Apple ID. And what you're going to need to go is to do, and if you've done it already, it's fine. Believe me, that's no big deal if you've done it already. But you need to go to the following website, which is appleid.apple.com. And I'm going to switch over to my demo computer and just put that on the big screen so I can see it. Okay? So we are on, I'm using a Mac Mini I think this is Catalina, so it's not Big Sur, but same thing, roughly. So Create Your Apple ID is on the bottom. You're going to click on Create Your Apple ID. All right? Now, it's going to ask you a bunch of information. So we will put in our first name, last name, our birth date. Oh, thank God I don't have to scroll to 1977. That is painful when it scrolls like that. Your Apple ID is the same thing as your Bergen Catholic email address. So in this case, mine would be aspiegel25 at bergencatholichs.org. Okay, and then you need to come up with a password. Okay, I'm going to make mine. It has to conform to what Apple wants, which is letters, probably a capital, numbers, and a punctuation point or punctuation mark. I'm not going to put in to be sure, call phone number, you can access. I don't want to put in my same phone number. I've used my both cell phones. I think I can use my desk phone. Let's see if this one works. Oops. On keyboard 201 44141. Let's see if that's associated, and that we will need a phone call for. It's going to ask us for an activation code, okay, to prove that we are who we say we are. Okay, so I'm going to hit continue, and hopefully that phone number isn't tied. Okay, so now it's asking us for the verification code that went to our email address. So we're going to go back to our email address and 635074. We'll put that code in here, 635074, and click continue. Okay. Now I'm getting a phone call from Apple, which again, you could use your text. You use text, it's a lot more convenient.
Hello. This is Apple calling with your Apple ID verification code. Your code is 894765. Once again, that's 894765.
We'll click continue.
Thank
Make
you.
sure we go.
Goodbye.
Okay. Okay, so now we have created our Apple ID. Can never fail if someone beeps when they drive by the house. Okay, so there is our Apple ID. All right, so you don't need to provide a payment method. You're in good shape. Okay, so now we've created our Apple ID. Okay, and again, you can go back. We'll make sure we get this one out sooner. I just have to clean up the front part of the recording. We'll get this out to you a little bit quicker. So you've got your Apple ID is created, right? So the next thing we want to do is we're going to sign in on our MacBook. Okay, I'm using a Mac Mini, but it's the same thing. All right, so let me just dump this. All right, and I'm going to. There's a couple ways to do it. I'm going to do it from System Preferences. Right, and I'm going to go to sign in up on the top, and I'm going to put in my new Apple ID. Okay. And I'm going to put in the password that I just created for my Bergen Apple ID. Apple's going to call me again and wants another verification. So it would be easier if you use your cell phone for this one.
Hello. This is Apple calling with your Apple ID verification code. Your code is 093321. Once again, that's 093321.
Okay, thank you, Apple. Okay, so that's going to load, and it's going to ask me, I've read all the terms and conditions, which I don't have a choice. I'm going to say yes. And we're going to wait for a little bit, and it should sign me in. Right? Again, if you don't have a cell phone, it's fine. You can certainly use your home number. Any phone number will do. It's probably easier to get a text than it is to get a phone call, but whatever works for you is fine. So this is just taking a little bit more time than I would like, but that's all right. Because once this is signed in, and we're good to go. Okay, the big part was to accept the terms and conditions. The slides, you'll see that I did it signing into iTunes or music on the Apple. So now it's asking us for our computer password. Okay, so the Mac password this is asking for now is my password that I use to log into my computer, which would be the same ones we talked about before. And we're going to put that in. And then we're going to, if we want to merge Safari with iCloud, it doesn't matter because this is a new Apple ID. I'm going to say don't merge for the sake of time for now. Okay, for this, there we go. We don't have to do anything. We're good. I just want to make sure that we have Find My. Now it's the Find My app. We don't say Find My iPad or iPhone anything. We just say Find My. So this is turned on. My location for this device, and I want to share my location, which is exactly where I want to be. Okay. So it's really important that we have this set up the way we want to. Okay. We want to make sure that we definitely have Find My my iPad enabled, Find My MacBook enabled, okay? Because that gives us, okay? So I just want to make sure I hit everything, okay. All right, so it's, a lot of this is easy. Some of you are probably, you could have been doing it when I was doing it. And hopefully, it won't take you long, okay? If you're having problems, certainly reach out to the help desk. But again, the biggest thing you're going to need throughout all this is to make sure you have access to a phone. So if you're doing it using your home phone and waiting for the call, you should be near that phone. If you are using your cell phone, make sure you have it with you. Get a text is probably easiest, all right? But make sure you have that available to you, all right? I just getting some questions in the chat. You should have absolutely gotten a charger. If for some reason, if you, if you didn't get a charger, you should definitely, you want to stop back by the office tomorrow and make sure you pick that up. The Logitech, the combo cases have not come in yet. So we're going to deliver, those you'll have to pick up from the IT office either on the first day of school or we'll let you know when they come in. We're in a little bit of a discussion with the shipper as to where they are. So once we get them in, we'll let you know. Worst case, you can pick them up on the first day of school. Those cases are for those that purchase the iPad through the school. Okay, the Logitech. I've also got a question about email password reset. Send that to help desk. I know there are several of my team is on the Zoom now, so they'll be able to reset that password for you. Were the IDs distributed today during tech pickup? That I do not know. Mr. Burles, can you answer that? Were ID cards handed out?
No, majority of them will be handed out the first day because of the whole tech issue. But majority of them are going to be handed out the first day, make it easier for them. But I want them to lose it and then come back the first issues with the ID.
Okay, that's fine. So first day, generally, we sometimes try to get them out earlier, but if not, then it'll be the first day you'll get them in homeroom. So because the first day generally what happens on the first day for orientation is you go to the gym and then you'll go up to your homerooms. So you'll have them, no big deal. Can we purchase cases? There is no specific case. The question is, can we purchase cases for the laptops and the iPads? And are there specific cases? There's nothing specific. We got a good deal on the rugged. It looks like this. Move the microphone. It's a rugged case that opens out like this. We found that these are pretty solid in terms of the beatings the boys can give their devices. We like these, so they will. Like I said, they're in transit. So if you want to use them, that's fine. If you want to go out and purchase an OtterBox on your own, that's fine too. These cases it's about $100 case, so it's not a cheap piece of plastic. But if you feel that you want something better, you can certainly go out and get something better. I'm just looking at the chat here. The MAC password is the same as the PowerSchool Access. No, the MAC password is different. The MAC password is not your PowerSchool Access password. That's just for your parents to get access to PowerSchool. The 8-digit number is different, and you'll find that reflected differently on PowerSchool. You should have also gotten a printed copy of that information when you picked up your laptop. Can the computer credentials password be changed into a bunch of random numbers so it's easy to remember? We would prefer that you not change any of your passwords. If you do something to your device and we can't fix it, our solution is we wipe it and restore it and start from scratch. One of the things that we really don't have the ability to do is to try and do data recovery or hack into something because you've got a password. Okay, so I would definitely say no. You definitely do not want to change your passwords because, like I said, if you do and something happens and you can no longer access your device, well, we can't help that. Okay, we're going to wipe your device and then just start over again. Okay. What other questions do I see here? Within iCloud, all the icons are grayed out. I can select Find My Mac. Let me open. Let's go back here. Let me put this up so I can see it in full screen. So you're saying, where's the name? Okay, so you're saying that probably in here everything is grayed out. First of all, make sure you've not only signed in, but you've authenticated with the phone number. So either text or a phone call. And then the other thing you want to do for the Find My, you definitely want to make sure that your location is enabled. So if I go here, allow apps to access system services or location. I think it's this one. You want to make sure that location services is enabled for your system services. Okay, if for some reason you're having a problem. Okay. Oops, wrong mouse. So we'll just make sure, okay, all those are good. So the biggest thing, if they're all grayed out, you might not have gotten the verification, okay? Because you'll now notice, by the way, both of my devices for my Apple ID are signed in here. But you want to make sure if they're all grayed out and you can't check them, like notice how I can check them here. If they're all grayed out, make sure you verified your account. Okay? And then if you're still having a problem, then that's something to reach out to the help desk for. If you're still having an issue. Other questions that I can answer, or questions, concerns. I'm watching the chat. You could also chime in and vocally if you want to. The help desk email is helpdesk@bergencatholic.org. Let me just throw that in the chat room. Helpdesk. I type in with the right one as bergencatholic.org. Okay. And there, I know I see Sebastian. I know Antonio. I thought there's Johnny on here as well. No, I see Antonio and Sebastian are part of my tech team. And if you want to reach out to them, or if you guys want to reach out to any of these that were directed to everyone, there are a couple that were sent to me directly. But if you have a question, Sebastian and Antonio can also answer them as well. So that's it in terms of content. I just want to, let me just remind you, let's go here and there and there. Our next Tech Tuesday will be on the 24th of August, and we'll talk about device policies, caring for your devices, using just a review of Google Suite in terms of backups on Google Drive. So that will be on the 24th. The 31st, I'm hoping to have my good friend Mr. Powers here to talk about e-textbooks. You will notice, and I said this I know on the last one, all of your, when you get your iPad, you will have a folder called e-texts, and it has all of the textbooks you need, all of the textbook applications you need, or the readers for your textbooks. Okay? Mr. Powers will be on, and he'll be able to talk with you about your accessing the different, what books you access with what app. All right? We want to make sure that you're ready to go for the first day. All right? So all that stuff is pre-installed on your iPad. In addition, if you've haven't looked at your iPad yet, you also have PowerSchool, Blackboard, and Exemplify on there as well. Device pickup, I can put that back up. Give me 1 second. Let me scroll through that. Those are the device dates for the next 2 weeks. So probably the end of next week, we'll send out something for the 16th. And then once the school goes back to, once we come off summer hours, we'll probably do some extended time. Please don't wait till the last minute to pick up your devices. I'd rather you get them early, and also to get used to using them. So there's not a, there's not a lag in terms of, or a learning curve, that you're ready to go on the first day. When I first started doing this job years ago, we used to give them out at back to school night. So you were without a laptop for the first maybe 2 weeks of school. So we want to get you ready to go on the first day. And really all the training, as I've said to you, that we've accomplished on these Tech Tuesdays, we used to do on the second day of school for the freshmen. Okay, so it's that's it. Deets, I see any more questions in the chat. Anybody else have any questions in terms of anything tech related? I'm a listening audience at the moment. Any questions? And don't forget too about your summer reading. I mentioned that on the last Tech Tuesday. The deadline is September 3rd. If you are a newly registered student and you do not have the summer classes on Blackboard, make sure you reach out to the help desk, and they will be able to put them on for you. Okay. Any other questions that I can answer? Okay. Well, if there are none, I'll myself and my team will stay on just in case anybody has any last minute questions. If not, we will see you on the 24th at 6:30, and look for a recorded copy of tonight, hopefully out in the next day or two. I thank you for joining me, and I bid you all a good night. The summer reading is just night. There's 3 assignments for the summer reading. There is a math assignment, there's a science assignment, and there is a general assignment for everybody. What I can do is let me just put up the Bergen website, and I'll show you where to find that information. Bergen Catholic. Catholic.org. Summer assignments. There we go. So this is the summer assignments page on the Bergen website. As a freshman, if you look near the bottom, you will have, everyone has the same reading assignment, which is night, and then you, depending on everybody will do the biology assignment. I don't believe there's any freshmen that are not in biology, because in addition to all this other stuff, I build a master schedule, so I'm somewhat familiar with what your classes are. And then you'll either choose the Algebra 1 or the Geometry based on your placement, where you're placed. If you are entering Bergen and you're taking Algebra 1, you do the Algebra 1 assignment. If you're coming in taking geometry, you take the geometry assignment. Does that make sense? Okay. Parents, you can put, if you want to put monitoring software on there, you know, that's okay as long as it doesn't interfere with stuff that, you know, that we do. So if you put on something that blocks other Wi-Fi networks and you block our Wi-Fi at school, then that's a problem. But otherwise, you're free to do something to put that on there, all right? And thankfully, my friend did, I always go the wrong way, but my friend did join me. It wouldn't be Tech Tuesday without my friend Duke. Any other questions that I can answer? Oh, I'm sorry. My friend Duke, but you didn't see that. Let's try that again. Where'd he go? Oh, he's on the floor. There he is. Anybody else? Other than that, we will bid you good night. If anybody else has any questions, last call. Last call. Okay. Well, in that regard, have a great evening. Enjoy your August, and we'll see you towards the end of the month with our remaining 2 episodes. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.